Did you know that a single, seemingly ordinary bag of trash played a crucial role in capturing one of America's most infamous serial killers? It sounds like something out of a crime novel, but this is a true story. One that shocked the world and changed the way investigators hunt for clues. For decades, the BTK Killer haunted the quiet neighborhoods of Kansas, leaving a trail of fear and heartbreak. He taunted police and the public with cryptic letters, riddles, and clues, always staying one step ahead. The name BTK, bind, torture, kill, became synonymous with terror, and his identity remained a mystery for years. But in 2004, after years of eerie silence, the killer made a mistake, one that would ultimately lead to his downfall. And the most shocking part? It happened in the most mundane, everyday way possible. It all began when BTK, hungry for attention and recognition, couldn't resist reaching out to the police again. He started sending new letters, hoping to reignite the fear and fascination that had surrounded his crimes. This time, he was more cautious than ever. He encrypted his messages, used secret drop locations around Wichita, and tried to cover his tracks at every turn. But even the most careful criminal can make a fatal error. Then came the question that would change everything. BTK asked police, almost naively, "Can I communicate with you on a floppy disk without being traced?" It was a moment of arrogance, a belief that he was smarter than the detectives on his trail. The police, sensing an opportunity, played along. They assured him, falsely, that there was no way they could trace a floppy disk. It was a calculated move, and BTK took the bait. So BTK sent in a floppy disk, hidden inside a church envelope, which he then tucked into a bag of trash. He thought he was being clever, using the mundane to mask his tracks. But this ordinary act would be his undoing. Here's the twist. That floppy disk wasn't just a blank slate. It held secrets, digital fingerprints that BTK never realized he was leaving behind. Hidden deep in the disk's metadata was a file last modified by someone named Dennis. Even more telling, the disk had been used at Christ Lutheran Church. Investigators quickly zeroed in on the church, combing through its records and online presence. They scoured the church's website, searching for any connection to the name Dennis. It didn't take long before they found what they were looking for. There it was, Dennis Rader, listed as president of the Congregation Council. Suddenly, the faceless killer had a name, a face, and a place in the community. But suspicion wasn't enough. Detectives needed hard evidence to tie Rader to the crimes. That's when they decided to keep him under close surveillance, watching his every move and waiting for the perfect opportunity. Their patience paid off. When Rader put out his trash, police swooped in, collecting a used napkin and a tissue. These seemingly worthless scraps would become the key to solving the case. In the lab, forensic scientists extracted DNA from the items. The results were nothing short of astonishing, a perfect match to DNA found under the fingernails of one of BTK's victims. Just imagine, after decades of fear and unanswered questions, a simple bag of trash provided the breakthrough that finally brought the BTK killer to justice. The case that had haunted Kansas for so long was finally cracked wide open. The very next day, Dennis Rader, the man who had lived a double life as a family man and church leader, was arrested. The community was stunned, and the reign of terror was over. It's incredible to think that sometimes the smallest, most overlooked details, like a discarded napkin or a digital trace, can bring down even the most cunning criminals. If you're fascinated by stories where tiny clues lead to big breakthroughs and justice is finally served, make sure to hit that subscribe button. There are so many more unbelievable cases to uncover together.